Brought to you by Powermouth Productions.
Powermouth. All right, yes, you've come to join me for episode 26 of Speaking More Life, Powermouth Speaking More Life podcast. And I am ready to get into this one right here. How have you been, first of all? Are you okay? Are you doing well? How was your week? I hope it's been great. All right. So I hope that whatever you've been doing, nothing has been stopping you. Okay. Especially, listen, okay, let me just tell you what the title is for today. So for episode 26, and we're in season 3, by the way, praise be to God, hallelujah. But episode 26 is called Other People's Insecurities. Okay. And it's all about, people's insecurities that can hold us back and affect our progress and all of that jazz. All right. So we're going to jump into this subject right here today. Let's go. Okay. So I always like to kind of give the definition of maybe the words that I'm kind of focusing on for my topics. And so obviously I mentioned about insecurity. So the definition of insecurity is the uncertainty or even anxiety about oneself. And it is a lack of self-confidence and self-doubt. So as we are speaking about other people's insecurities, I'm mainly focusing on, us or those who are there and they're kind of, strutting boldly. They're really going for, what they know that they're called to do. They're making different moves that maybe they wouldn't have done before, but they've found a confidence within themselves that says, you know what, I may even feel a little bit scared at doing this, but I'm still going ahead and I'm doing it because I believe that, there is greatness within me that needs to be unleashed. And for me, I mean, that's wonderful. I'm all for people making progress in life. I always believe that there is further greatness within us. Okay, so I take a deep breath. Because you know what? Sometimes these changes can be difficult for other people to kind of accept around us. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's our family members, but it could be friends, it could be anybody just within our circle, anybody that's near us that can observe, that knows what's going on. They may have certain insecurities, and because of their insecurities as well, they kind of can hold or try to hold a person back from doing what they are doing. They may give their opinions, or they may not give their opinions. They may just keep silent. And I've always spoken about this, the silence of a person. They see that you're doing something different. They see that that you're making headwaves, and they just silence themselves. So they're not giving no encouragement. They're not saying well done for this. They just keep silent, and they kind of pretend like you're not doing anything. Because if they can just kind of down it, put a down on it, or just like drum down what you are. Is even that the right word? It's not even drummed down. If they just like kind of can suppress it, what you're doing, and not mention anything, then they don't have to think about it and they don't have to come to you about it. It's kind of weird. All right. But that's the kind of things that can happen. And sometimes it's through their own insecurity. They may wish that they could kind of branch out and do something, not exactly what you're doing, but they know that they've got creativity within them, because everybody's got creativity within them, right? Every single person. It's just what you choose to do with it. If you choose to just sit on it, or if you choose to just like get up and just let creativity just like develop and grow. Even think about this topic that we're speaking about. I'm I just wondered to myself, I wonder how many people out there in the world have stopped what they're doing because of the insecurities of other people. You know, they had something good, they were about to do, or they were doing it, and because they weren't getting the support, or because other people looked down on them or laughed at them, and also that is a sign of insecurity as well. When people are there, they're taking the mickey, the joke out of you, but they're not doing nothing with their lives. They're just there laughing at you, whatever, because they're insecure about their own self. And so these are the things that we need to realize as well before you actually say, well, actually, I'm not going to do this anymore because of somebody else's opinions, through their insecure opinions or their reactions through their insecurity also. If we pay too much attention to the people around us, okay, even those who you feel should or would or you would expect to get support from, you wouldn't get nothing done. You wouldn't get nothing done. And so, therefore, it's so important to know what you are called to do. It's so important to have that belief that you can do what you're called to do and have faith. It's so important just to be strong in the knowing that, you know what, no matter what may come, you are called to do this, and you know what, I'm going to do it regardless of what anybody says, because people will always talk, they'll always have something to say, they'll discuss you like as in a topic, and they'll disgust you as in they'll turn your belly because of their actions and the way they continue to, you know, carry on about you. And it's a shame, it is a great shame. But I believe that even in the experiences that one may get from other people, in them moving forward in life, progressing in life, and breaking the chains of, you know, procrastination and that spirit of nearly getting there or nearly making it, and actually really making moves that they will get there, they will achieve that. You know, I just don't believe that they deserve any ear time, any head time, any heart time. I just don't believe that they deserve any of the energy that should be given to progressing being wasted on those insecurities. Because I also believe that once a person makes these kind of moves and progress, it encourages others as well. You know what I mean? And then at some point they're actually thankful that, you know what, that person did go forward and follow, you know, their dreams and, you know, do what they were supposed to do, because now they're looking now and saying, well, if they can do that, then what about me? I can do that as well. And so I just believe that when we set out to do something, it's to open the doors for other people as well, that they know that, you know what, they can do it as well. Because, you know, anything that I do, and if doors are open for me, then I'm not just thinking about myself, I'm thinking about other people as well. Well, okay, so, you know, if I'm in this position now, surely I'm able to give advice or help somebody else as well, in how to progress as well. And I thought that's important, because there's not enough of that being done. You know, it's a person, they make it somewhere, or they, and I'm not saying that I've arrived anywhere, you know, I'm still on my journey, thanks be to God, and I give thanks every day for where I am. And you know what, I'm so thankful to God for where he has brought me to and from where I have come from. And that was being insecure about myself as well. And even back in the day, I might have put my insecurities on other people, and if I have, then I repent and I just come before God and just I'm sorry if I have ever done that to anybody, you know, because the place I'm at right now, I just want to see people progress and to move forward as well. And so for me, any kind of little and I won't say little because it's not little to me, but any move that I make, which is always a big achievement in my life, I'm always looking to see how I can use that to kind of help the next person as well. Or I always wonder, like, God, how are you using me to help another person? Because I believe that, we were created to help one another as well. It's not just about ourselves. Okay, so let's go back on to the topic. Not that we went off the topic, but I just kind of want to focus on, how it affects us when other people's insecurities are like really laying heavy on us. And the insecurities can come from our loved ones as much as they can come from just associates that are around us. And I guess that, when it comes from loved ones, that may be the one that is more challenging to deal with as well, because when it comes to loved ones, you expect that support on a, for real. You expect that support. When it comes to associates, it's like, okay, well, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, it should be that way. You should just be like, whatever, because at the end of the day, why are we really taking into consideration their insecurities? I'm just saying, it might sound horrible, but I'm just trying to keep it real. Like, why really? Like, associates, really? Like, because even I'm saying, like, even loved ones, our close ones that may have insecurities, we shouldn't even be taking that into consideration either. I believe we should be dealing with it in a different way and deal with it with more grace, yes, and understanding. But at the end of the day, I do believe that, go forth as long as you're not hurting them. Because I do believe that if we are going forward and to improve things in our life, whatever, it's actually for them as well. So as long as we're not hurting them, taking liberties and stuff, then you know what? I believe that that's when we have to look and say, you know what? Yeah, you may be feeling insecure, but I'm praying, I'm hoping that when you see me make my moves, that, you know what, you will be transformed in some way, somehow, that you will not feel in as much insecure as you do, and that you are able to step forth in your wonderfulness, in your greatness that you got within you. So I really say this like lovingly, in a tough love kind of way. Because for me personally, I don't want nothing to get in the way of me, unless God tells me to stop. Then I don't want no man to come in a way and stop me from doing what I know that I should be doing, or what God is calling me to do, which I know will benefit me, my family, my loved ones. You know what I mean? Including those that are showing or displaying insecurities regarding me progressing forward. Because at the end of the day, I look at the bigger picture. So if we were always to be like stopped because of other people's emotions, which is what that is, because of the way other people feel, we would never, ever get things done. Never. And I'm sure if you talk to many people that have achieved a lot in life, they came up against these same challenges with family members, with loved ones, that could have easily made them say, you know what, actually, it's too much grief. It's too much. Like, it's too much. I'm going to stop right here. And then they would have never got to where they are had they paid too much attention to what another person, and that includes their loved ones, was thinking or felt, because they needed to deal with their own issues. You know what I mean? I mean, who says that life is easy, right? Life is not easy, but you got to make it what you can make it. And when I say that, I mean the creativity that you got with inside of you, all your talents, your giftings and everything, utilize it. Utilize them. Don't sit on them. Don't leave it. Utilize them, because they are there to help other people as well, your family members, loved ones, even your associates, and even strangers that you don't know. Okay? You know, I should never look upon my podcast as just being something just what's the word? Is it minuscule? Yeah, the word is minuscule. Minuscule. Whatever. Anyway, just look up the word. You know, as being extremely small or tiny, because my podcast, if somebody's listening to my podcast, it could make a drastic change within their life. You know what I mean? So you never know what you're doing and the impact that it's having in other people's lives. And trust me, when, you know, even when it comes to doing certain things and I'm stepping out doing certain things, there's a holdback that, or resistance that I'm getting from people around. But at the end of the day, I have to say, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care, because if it helps them, then for me, that's a blessing, and will be a blessing for them as well. So some of you listening to me may think, oh my goodness, Glena, we've never heard you sound this way, but just understand that it is passion, okay? I am passionate about these things. I'm so passionate about life. I'm passionate about speaking more life, okay? And so when it comes to other people, opinions that does not speak more life, but tries to stop a person from doing great things in life, then yeah, I am really passionate about speaking up about that, because like I said, and I will always keep on saying, everybody has greatness within them. They have further greatness within them. Amen. Everybody does. You know, some people will not get the vision. They will not get it. They may laugh. And sometimes I have said this before, I think it was even in one of my other podcasts about like just moving in silence. Like sometimes just shush. Go ahead and do what you're doing. Just shush. Like I said, as long as it's not hurting anybody or impacting somebody's life in a drastic manner, shush. Get on with it. Get on with the idea. Sometimes, you know, we've just had this idea and you're in the planning mode and you're telling everybody. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. And you don't even get past the planning, because already these opinions and these attitudes and everything else has just come into play, and then you give up and say, you know what, nah, can't even be bothered. And you haven't even taken that first kind of physical step. Yeah, you've done the planning, but you ain't done nothing beyond that. You haven't even seen where your ideas could get you, because you're worried or you're considering more the person's insecurity than your future. Now, something's got to give. And for me, it isn't the purpose that I'm placed here on earth for, and my destiny. That's not giving. That's not going. But I know that my God is a healer. And I know that my God is able to deal with somebody's insecurity. So I leave that to him. Because as I said many times before, I am not God. Okay, so I leave God with the things that I know he's able to deal with, which is, you know, somebody else's insecurity. And I'm going to do what God is calling me to do, which is walk in my purpose and my destiny. So what do you do if, you know, you come up against opposition against what you're trying to do, and, you know, there's no belief in what you're trying to do? Well, I did say, you know, kind of ignore it and go forward, but, you know, let's talk more strategically when I'm speaking about ignoring. There has to be more than just ignoring, because I say that lightly. I believe that if somebody has come to you with their concerns, which is based on their insecurities, then yeah, a great conversation needs to be had. And if you can make them see the benefits of progressing and going forward, and that that there's love, you're there for them, they're not being left out. In fact, whatever you're doing, it is to help them in a way as well. Then I believe that is a conversation that needs to be had as well, because sometimes that's all it really takes, is they just need to know that once you go that route, that they still are very much included in your life, and that maybe there's no harm that's going to be brought to you. I don't know what the concerns of a person is, or I don't know. I just believe that when somebody does step out to do what they want, then sometimes they can come up against people around them that also have that desire to kind of step out and do the things that God is calling them to do, but they have challenges in the area and they find it difficult to. And so when they see somebody doing it, that may have been in the same place that they were before, then they can feel away. They can feel away. And until they get rid of those insecurities and feel secure in who they are and who God called them to be, then they may be able to offer more support. But until then, it's challenging for them, it's difficult for them. And I do believe that there has to be an understanding in that as well. More grace, when it comes to that as well. And it may hurt when you're not seeing the kind of support that you were expecting, but then maturity will have you understand that if that person isn't where they know, or where they should be, or where they feel they should be as well, then it's difficult for them as well. So let's have understanding in this, and love as well. And we just hope and pray that things will work out in such a way that at a June time, that they will support, and that they also will walk in what they are called to do as well. So, the takeaway from this conversation today, from, this topic, is that, which is other people's insecurity, shall I say, is that, what, just pray for them, okay? pray, and pray, but please do not give up. Do not give up on what you are doing. Do not give up on making progress in life. Do not give up on what you have been called to do, because what you have been called to do is far greater than the insecurities that that person has. And like I said, that at some time in their life, they will hopefully get past their insecurities and into the security of knowing who they are and what they can do, what is attainable for them to do, what is a possibility for them to do if they give themselves the chance. But as you are walking on in your journey, this route of progress, do not stop. Do not let anybody stop you. Go forward and see what the Lord has for you, and help to impact lives in a positive way, in a good way. And that includes those around that may not have nothing great to say about you at this present moment. But, as I said, things can change and it will change. But you don't change who you are in terms of wanting to see the best come from yourself and the best come out from other people, okay? So I hope that's been encouraging for you, wherever you are in your journey of progress, and that you will continue to progress in such a way that you will impact lives on such a big level, on such a major level. And remember that even the things that you may deem little or small, they are not insignificant. I'm telling you, those little small things, okay, they are and can impact people's lives in such a big way. All right, so family, till the next time, take care and remember to tune into my next episode, which will be episode 27, and you'll hear the topic when you tune in then. This has been your personal life speaker, Glena Oyiadjo, and I'll speak with you soon. Take care. If you think it and believe it, and you speak it. If you think it and believe it and decree it,